Alright, hello everybody. Welcome to this 747 full flight video. We're flying from Sicily to Rome. Nice short flight. Unfortunately, I took off from Palermo here, and I think this airport is a little bit too small for a 747, as you can tell. But you know what? We're gonna do it anyway. Let's go ahead and get the flight initialized here. We're gonna go and fly flight level 210 today. We will put our cost index to about 85 and 0 fuel weight. Get that right in there. And we have an invalid entry apparently, because apparently we're too heavy. And let's put it up here. There we go. Alright, so 0 fuel weight is set. Let's go up here. Outside air temperature 14 degrees in Palermo. Looks like we have 98% of thrust. We're gonna keep that. Flaps, we're gonna flaps 10. Take off and set our center of gravity here. Trim up to 7.8. We'll set our V speeds 145 rotation speed here. And trim 7.8. So let's go ahead and set our trim up. We're gonna go back. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure how this works, but I don't know if it's 7.8 degrees that they want you to trim up to, but we're going to trim up a little bit at least here. 7.8 seems high, so I'll leave it around 6 here. Alright, so that's trim, that's everything. And we'll turn the landing lights on and all that stuff here. Boom, boom, boom. Some beacon lights, wing lights, strobe lights will stay visible. And let's contact ATC here. I don't even know if there's an ATC tower in Palermo. Oh, it's just traffic. That's funny. Alright. Announce taxi. And take off from runway 17 in Palermo, going to Rome. Alright. So let's go ahead and brief our departure real quick right before we take off. So we're gonna get our auto throttle on here. Gonna set this up to 245. Alright, yeah, so we'll set it at 215. Gonna set our heading out to runway heading here, runway 170. So we're gonna set that here, 17, and altitude up to our cruising altitude, which is going to be flight level 210, unless the ATC gives us something different. I want to turn on my vertical speed now just to have that on. We'll climb out. We could probably climb out pretty fast because we're not full fuel. Let's go ahead and see what our flight plan is going to look like. So we're taking off from runway 17, and we'll fly runway heading for a little bit. Is there mountains in the way? There are mountains, but I think we'll clear those easily enough. If not, we'll make a left turn right after departure and try to avoid those mountains. And we'll turn left onto our flight here. So we've pretty much got everything set up. I'm going to turn on heading select before takeoff. There we go. So you can see the autopilot here is already set on vertical speed, heading select, and speed. Not sure if it's hold or speed. Yeah, I think I have to wait to turn those on. Alright, cool. So we're actually going to set heading to make a left turn here after departure. So about 90-degree turn after departure so that we can avoid turning into those mountains. All that's set, and I think we should have enough speed to take off from this runway. We'll figure it out. Alright, so we'll push the engines up here. And we'll full throttle. I have my feet on the brakes here. Setting our takeoff thrust. Even more than our takeoff thrust. And feet off the brakes. Here we go. We're rotating at about 140 knots, guys. Here we go. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh gosh, we're gonna hit that house, aren't we? Come on, 7-4. Get up there, 7-4. Get up there, 7-4. Get up there. Oh, damn, we clipped it. Landing gears off. I think we're good. I think we're good. All right, gear up. Positive rate. Not your most generic takeoff there, but we are flying. All right, and autopilot's gonna come on. Let's make that right turn. Let's just make sure we clear this mountain before we make that right turn here. All right, and autopilot on. So we'll be making a right turn towards our heading hold here. Gonna avoid these mountains. And vertical speed hold is working. Speed hold is on. Everything's working beautifully. All right. I think we might have lost the landing gear there, guys, off on departure. I think we clipped their house. We might get an invoice for a broken window. That's fine. All right. So it looks like we're turning a bit too much. I don't want to hit these mountains. No, we're fine. We're going to clear through that. It's actually a nice little departure here, guys. Probably not good for a 747, but pretty sure you could fly this in a Learjet or something. Alright, so I think at this point we should be getting some kind of IFR clearance here, so let's request flight following first.
Palermo approach, Italy 2209er Heavy, is type Boeing B-748, 3 miles southeast of Lima, India Tango, India, Juliet, 3,800 feet. Request flight following.
Alright, we're clearing the mountains, gonna make a left turn.
Squawk 0245.
Alright, I'm gonna acknowledge the squawk code here and make a left turn.
45, Italy 2209er Heavy. Italy 2209er Heavy radar contact. 3 miles.
Alright,
Lima, India, Tango, India,
gonna try to intercept our flight plan line here.
1008.
Alright, QNH is 1008.
Roger, Italy 2209er Heavy.
I actually want to be looking out the window here, looking at these mountains. Yeah, we've got the mountains cleared. Beautiful. Graphics are looking better. The game's looking nicer in general. Ooh, look at that for a thumbnail. Wow, beautiful. Beautiful. Alright. So, currently flying. Let's go ahead and intercept. The mountains aren't a factor anymore, so we're going to go and make a nice right turn here towards our flight plan. So we're going to try to intercept this line, and we're going to put our flaps up here. Oh, didn't do it. Flaps up. Alright, there we go. Flaps are coming all the way up. We're going to speed up to about 240 knots here. Trying to respect that 250 speed restriction. We're on climb thrust, and it looks like we're stagnating a bit. That's fine. QNH was 1008. Why don't they let me change it to HPA, MPA? They don't let me change it. Alright, well. Why are we climbing up? Alright. I want to make sure we don't stall out here, so I'm going to keep our vertical speed down a bit. And let's get our IFR clearance. I don't get what the difference between these two is. Request IFR clearance for instrument flight plan. Request IFR clearance. We'll just request IFR clearance.
Italy 2209er Heavy 5 miles southeast of Punta Resi 8,800 foot. Request IFR to Fiume, ready to copy.
Alright. Requesting IFR to Fiume. Squawk 0245. So acknowledge the IFR clearance. We're cleared as filed.
2209er Heavy cleared to Fiume Airport as filed. Squawk 0245.
Alright. Alright, so now that we've read back all that, I can finally talk. So we are cleared to roam as filed. They told us climb and maintain 210. We are now out of 10,000 feet, so we're going to speed the plane up. Get these engines working on the 7.4. We don't have that altitude speed restriction anymore, so we are good. I turned LNAV on the autopilot, so when we intercept this line, we should get LNAV turned green. We're gonna keep monitoring that in case it doesn't do it. Sometimes that happens. And we are just simply climbing up to flight level 210 on this nice little departure. We are at 10,000 feet, so landing lights are coming off, and the runway lights also. I could turn those off, taxi lights, all that. Let's go ahead and look at our outside view here of our 7.4, looking good. Just a plain old freighter. Oh, and look at that, we're making the left turn now. That means that our LNAV intercepted, and we are turning left onto our flight plan. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and zoom out. It's a pretty short flight, as you guys can see, and it looks like we have, oh, just got a little lag there. Looks like we have a discontinuity, so no stress here. When you have this discontinuity, simply go ahead and take it off if you want to. Sometimes you don't have to take it off, you just fly radar vectors, but the game doesn't give you good vectors, unfortunately. So we're just going to remove that discontinuity. We'll choose Maven, put it right after, and execute it, which now our discontinuity is not there anymore. And one other thing, it says TCAS off. If we want to turn that on, we go, I'm pretty sure it's down here in the radio stack, yeah, right here. So it's off here, and we just turn it that way, and there we go. TCAS off isn't there. I don't have live traffic on, I only have live player traffic, so I won't see any traffic on the map unless it's one of you guys online who's flying. So yeah, that's pretty good here, guys. Flying through 16,000 up to 21. I did check my altimeter. It was 2776 was our altimeter in inches of mercury instead of hecto. Is it hectopascals? I think it's hecto, right? HPA. Yeah. So that's good. Let's turn on our weather here just in case we have some bad weather. Want to check it out? That's good. And we are currently going nice and fast, getting to our altitude here. Looking at our weather, engines are slowing us down. Oh shit, tail strike. I never seen that. Oh, that's because of our departure. Is there any damage? I don't know if there's like, I don't think so. I think we'll be fine. Wow, I've never seen that before, tail strike. If you watched the takeoff earlier, then yeah, you know what happened, but we won't tell the company. Hopefully they won't see it, and the plane will just fly nicely. I mean, we're flying fine, right? That's all we want. Alright, so we're out of 18,000 feet. We're gonna set altimeter back to standard. I think I just have to click it. There we go. Standard mode is on. And let's actually contact Rome now, because we haven't contacted them.
Rome Center, Italy 2209er Heavy is passing FL19er5, climbing FL210. Italy 2209er Heavy Rome, center radar, contact continue.
Alright, radar contact continue. We're good here. And flying to the Ruvip waypoint here. We're about 100 miles out. But we're flying real fast, guys. We're flying at 415 knots here, and I could actually speed us up a little more if we wanted to, since we're not at a really high cruising altitude. So let's push the engines a little bit, get there faster. And I'm wondering, can I go into the back with the passengers on this plane? Oh yeah, we can. Oh, it's true, I'm flying a freighter, so there are no passengers, but it's still cool. You could kind of come where these windows would be and kind of see an outside view of the 7.4. Yeah, like this. Oh, engines are already slowing back down here. So yeah, we sped up a little bit. 343 indicated airspeed, 448 on the ground speed, and 463. Holy shit, 54 knots of crosswind. That's quite a bit. So while we are up here just flying, cruising in the air, we should do something valuable with our time. We'll turn this caution off. I don't want to see tail strike. Get that away from me. We'll turn the packs on, which we didn't do, just so we get these messages off here. Packs on. And center fuel tank is empty, I guess, so we can just press where it says press. And there we go. Checklist incomplete and tail strike. And that's fine. We'll forget about that tail strike. So let's go ahead and brief the arrival here. So perfect. Let's go down to our progress page here. See how long we have. It's only 211 miles to our destination, so we should be there in about 30 minutes or so. Probably get there even faster if I can go. We just don't want to overspeed too much. There we go. Do have a little bit of headwind slowing us down, as you can see. Airspeed and ground speed difference here. So speeding up, and let's brief the arrival. So we only have an ILS runway 16 right arrival is what we planned for. I didn't take a transition. I just went straight to Maven, as you can see. So Maven is our waypoint, and we want to be at about 4,000 feet. This is at or above 4,000. We've got the line below telling us that we can't get below 4,000, but we can be higher if we want. Runway 16 right. And let's get the ILS frequency and all that. Looks like the ILS frequency 109.75. I'm pretty sure in the 747 you don't actually have to set that up anywhere, as long as you have it set up in your FMC here. So we're gonna take that off. What, runway 17 and oh, sorry, that's departure. I get it. Route, where do I go to my arrival here? Destination. Yeah, that's the one I want. Sorry guys, I haven't flown this plane in a while. Departure, arrival. Yeah, so that's my departure. How do I get to my arrival page? Initiation page, index. Ident, position, no. Takeoff, reference, alright. Approach. 16 right. It looks like it's already set. Set our flaps in here. Thrust limit. Route. Is it this one? Destination. Direct ILS Zulu. Runway 6 right. I mean, when I go to the departure arrival page, you're supposed to be... Oh my gosh, okay, I had to click it again. Cool, alright. So, on the arrival, we have ILS 16 right. As you can see, I don't have any transition on. I could technically choose maybe this transition up here. Tarkina, TAQ transition. Yeah, there it is, TAQ. But I won't do it because I want this flight to be short enough for you guys. Instead of going all the way up here and coming back, we'll just come in straight on Maven. Unless the ATC might give us a transition here. So if the ATC gives us a transition, then we'll take it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that all you have to do here is, if this wasn't set up, you'd come to the arrival page, you'd choose your runway, ILS Zulu or whatever for the runway. And once you set it up in your FMC, it will automatically go to your flight computer, and you don't actually have to set up an ILS frequency anywhere. And I'm pretty sure you can't even do this because this is your radio stack. This is also your radio stack, right? Yeah, comms. And I'm pretty sure there's nowhere for you to actually set an ILS frequency. Alright, so that's also comms. Anything, it would be somewhere down here, or you could change it through here. But yeah, it's a pretty simple procedure on the 747. I'll probably mention it again as we get closer. But now we're just cruising over the Mediterranean. Right, this is the Mediterranean Sea. Yeah, I mean, Mediterranean Sea is over back here. I don't know if this is also, or if this is like the Gulf of Italy or something like that. Let's go look at Google Maps here. Google Maps. let's go all the way to Italy, Italia. Yeah, it looks like it's the Mediterranean. Ooh, the Tyrrhenian Sea. Tyrrhenian Sea. Well, there you go, you guys. Get smarter every day watching my channel. So, yeah, there's the Mediterranean, which is kind of down lower, but it looks like off the coast of the west coast of Italy. It's called the Tyrrhenian. Yeah, I think I'm saying it right. Cool. So we are going to go ahead and look at where our top of descent is. Alright, top of descent is over here. So one thing I suggest for you guys is use what the plane is telling you for your top of descent. Don't listen to ATC. Always remember that ATC on the flight sim is stupid. We do not want to listen to them often, because they often tell us the wrong things, and one of the wrong things they tell us often is they don't descend us earlier. So my trick is, once I get to the top of descent, if the ATC hasn't given me anything, I just request cruising altitude decrease to whatever altitude is best. Right now for us, the best altitude would be about 4,000 feet, so that we can get to Maven at 4,000. And let's keep looking at this ILS approach here. So we come down the charts and we have the profile view, the side view of the ILS approach here. So it looks like we want to intercept 4,000 feet at Maven, and then we keep going, and at 12.5 DME from the IFRR ILS system, we will intercept the glide slope and be flying down at a 3-degree glide slope. Minimums, company minimums is, you know, if you were flying for, see, this is a Lufthansa chart, so if you were flying Lufthansa, you just go to whatever your company tells you for the minimums. But we're just going to be safe, and we're going to go for like a Cat 1 arrival here and set our minimums to 210. However, I don't know what this Charlie Delta difference is. Someone in the comments knows, let me know. So we're going to set our baro minimums to 210 here. Minimums, baro, I don't know how to, not sure exactly what I'm touching here. Okay, yeah, so it says baro, so that's good. And now we want to set it to, does that move? Yeah, so we want to set baro to 210 here. That's set. Perfect. Our reference speeds are also set, since we set it into our FMC. And yeah, we'll probably go through this again. So we've set our minimums, and you know, we have our final approach course, which is 159. I don't know if there's a course button on this one. There is on the 737. 747 doesn't look like there is one. Baro pressure, and alright, cool. Alright, so simply flying now.
9er heavy.
Alright, so we are cleared down to 4,000 feet. So I'm going to start by slowing the plane down just a little bit. And we'll get our altitude down to 4,000. And right there we are at our Ruvit waypoint, making a right turn towards Maven. There we are, Ruvit waypoint, and we are making a right turn to Maven, which we're going to go ahead and intercept shortly here. Should get there pretty quickly. So we've got descent at 4,000 set, and set our vertical speed down, and we'll descend at about 1,500 feet per minute. I'm actually going to descend slower than that. Oh, no, it looks like it's not too bad. So again, this green arc, for those who are wondering, is your predicted
Italy
altitude.
209er heavy, please expedite your descent 4,000 feet.
Alright, yeah, they want me to expedite. Don't worry, I'm going. So, yeah, this green line here is your expected altitude, whatever you set here. So I have 4,000 set. My vertical speed is set to 1,500. So it's telling me that I'm going to get at my current vertical speed and my current altitude of 4,000, or my current set altitude of 4,000, I should reach 4,000 feet right at this green arc. But, we want to be at 4,000 at Maven, so we can actually put the vertical speed down a little bit, and that green arc is going to start moving up further. If we look at that, so now the green arc is past Maven a little bit. Oh, look, it's coming back. So that's pretty good. That's pretty spot on. And another thing is we are going to be slowing down also. So as we slow down, that green arc is also going to start coming in more, because if we're going slower but the vertical speed is staying the same, that means we're going to get to 4,000 in a shorter distance. So, cool. All that's set. And we've already briefed the arrival. I'll probably mention it again, brief it a couple of times. So look at that. IFRR is already set here. So if we go look at our ILS frequency page here, look at that, IFRR is set there. So that's the ILS, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just make sure. Yeah, so the frequency for the ILS frequency is capturing the frequency emitted by this IFRR ILS landing system. So we know that we've already got that frequency captured because, it's telling us, hey, IFRR is captured. However, we don't have a DME, we don't have a distance to it yet, because I think we're still too far for it to capture those signals that good. But yeah, that just tells me that we put in everything good into the FMC, and the plane is already, the ILS is already pretty much set up for our arrival here. So IFRR, good. Set everything up, descending to 4,000 feet now towards Maven. I do have to watch my speed here because we want to be below 250 knots at 4,000 or at 10,000 feet. So once I get to about 12,000, I'll bring the speed down all the way to 250 knots. And if we see that we're not slowing down enough, we're gonna set some speed brakes to help. So I see that we've crossed through 18,000 feet, so we're going to go ahead and put in the altimeter for Rome. I'm going to go ahead and find it online. So the current 1007 at Rome, 1007. Alright, 1007. What is that? 29.73 or 29.74. So we're going to set that up here, 29.74, and turn standard off. And now we are, actually that says 2992. 2974, did it work? It's not changing. Not sure why. Can I change it now? No. Standard off. 2994. Alright, now it's working. So 2974 is what we want. Cool, that's set. Alright. Little bug there with our barometric pressure. So we're descending nice and slowly at 1,000 feet per minute. Engines aren't fully idle, but that's fine. So it does look like we're going to reach that Maven waypoint right at 4,000 feet, which is what we want. And we're going to make a big right turn back towards runway 16 here. Isn't that the course? Is there a course button on the 7.4? That is the question. Engine display, electrical, all that. Alright, so out of 15,000, still monitoring the speed here. We're just going to give it a big slowdown. While we're here, let's brief the arrival. So we are landing 16 right. Let's go look at the airport ground chart. And we are a cargo plane, so we want to look for the cargo apron here. Runway 16. You know, technically it doesn't have to be a cargo section in Rome. You never know, but I am flying a cargo plane, so terminal, fire station, apron. I don't see cargo. Maybe cargo's back here. Fire station. Yeah, they're all terminals. I don't know. I'm not seeing anything for cargo.
Heavy descend and maintain 5,000 feet.
Alright, that's a little weird. So they gave us 5,000 now instead of 4,000. So I'll go ahead and set 5,000 up in there. And we'll acknowledge the instruction.
Descend and maintain 5,000 foot, Italy 2209er heavy.
Alright, so we set...
Oh. Heavy, you are 60 miles south. Descend and maintain 5,700 feet. Expect vectors, ILS runway, tree, 4.
Oh gosh. That's why they got us descending so quick. Alright. Alright, so this changes everything now.
5,700 feet. Expect vectors, ILS runway, tree, 4L approach,
Well.
Italy 2209er heavy.
So I'll show you guys how to set this up here. So first things first, they gave us a different runway now. So they gave us ILS 34 left. We're going to change that here. And that should change our charts here. Perfect. ILS 34 left. Let's go ahead and look at that chart. Come on now, load for me. Alright, well while that's loading, which it might not, we do have to go change it now in our arrival page. So we're just going to unselect this one, and we're going to select ILS runway 34 left. And they didn't give us a transition, so we just execute. Now our plane might start turning here towards Foxtrot Sierra Whiskey 999. Also, we do need to start slowing down, so I'm going to go ahead and slow us down to 240 knots here. So they gave us a different approach that we were expecting. That's fine. We set it up here. Now they did change the ILS up here, so that shows me that it's good. It did change. And they didn't give us a transition. Now, however, we do want to start heading towards that waypoint. So we have a discontinuity. We're going to take it off and execute it. And now we should be turning right towards that waypoint, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, heading hold is on. We have to turn LNAV on. And now we'll be making that right turn. Cool. So we got to descend now a little bit quicker.
47 miles south of Fiume. Descend and maintain 3,100 feet contact Fiume Tower on 127. 625.
Alright, 3,100. Acknowledge that.
Descend and maintain 3,100 feet tower on 127. 625, Italy 2209er heavy.
Alright, I'm going to set some speed brakes to help us slow down a little more here so we can get that. So I set my vertical speed down a little bit too. Now I do want us to brief this ILS approach. So this is the waypoint we're heading to, 9.9 from India Foxtrot Sierra Whiskey. I think that's the exact name of the waypoint. Yeah, Foxtrot Sierra Whiskey 9.9. So that means we're 9.9 miles away. We're descending to 3,100 feet. And good. So, I mean, honestly, that's good for you guys to see that, you know, if you have to change your ILS, that's what you have to do. Now, did the baro minimums change? Let's go see. It's a Cat 1 and it's 220, so I think that's what we had actually set up. 210 we had set up, so we're gonna set it to 220 now. It's cool. It's only 10 feet away, so that's good. Let's contact Fiumicino Tower here.
Fiume Tower, Italy 2209er heavy. Tree 8 miles south inbound. ILS runway tree. 4L approach.
Italy Italy 2209er, heavy
How's our
fury tower.
speed looking?
QNH 100,
Oh, we're a little bit
cleared
fast.
ILS runway tree for L approach.
Knowledge pattern
Cleared
entry.
ILS runway tree for L approach, Italy 2209er heavy.
Okay, cool. So we are cleared our ILS approach. They told us QNH 1008, which is 29.76 inches of mercury. Let's set that in here, 29.76. As you guys saw, we did overspeed a little bit. We're through 10,000, but you know, we're not at a bad spot. So we can actually set our flaps now to set to 5. So let's do that. Flaps set to 1 and 5. And now the engines are going to want to start pushing back up. So we're going to turn our speed brakes off and set them down. Cool. So flaps are working. All right. Cool. So I think we got everything set up. So honestly, I don't know why it does that, because I do have ATC and Force flight plan on, so they shouldn't change us runways, but they just did. So yeah, you guys saw what you had to do if ever you change runway. There are some speed restrictions. Max 180 knots, 8 miles from THR. Where's THR at? THR. Because that's not the same. Honestly, I don't even know where THR is. THR. Where are you, THR? That's Roma. .180. I don't know where THR is. Well, alright. Cool. So we had to quickly change runways for arrival. Hope you guys enjoyed that. At least it gives you a little insight into what can go wrong in the game. You know, we planned for one arrival and they decided to give us another one. No biggie. So they did clear us ILS approach now, so we can descend to 2500, which is what I want to descend to, because that's about the altitude we want to be at our Foxtrot, or at our 9.9 DME from Foxtrot Sierra Whiskey. It says at or above 2500. I'd rather be right at 2500 at that waypoint. And let's go ahead and see the profile view. So at 7.8 DME, or sorry, 6.7 DME at 2500 feet, we should be intercepting the ILS here. Cool. So this little white diamond here tells me that I have intercepted the well, no, that I have captured the localizer, not intercepted yet. So we're going to turn on localizer hold. And actually now if I try to turn approach hold on, it shouldn't work. Yeah, see, if I try approach mode, nothing's happening. That's because we haven't captured the glide slope yet. So once we have captured the glide slope, we'll be able to press the button. So we're going to start slowing down even more now, because we're kind of getting close to our arrival here in Rome. So I'll just quickly recap, guys. So we did have a runway change right at the end. So what we had to do is go to our departure arrival page here, change the runway into the FMC. That's really important for the ILS approach in here. If you do not set the right runway into your arrival here, then you won't be able to do an ILS approach. And look at that, we have the glide slope captured here. So now I should be able to press approach hold. There we go. So now glide slope and localizer are both ready to be intercepted. I can put my vertical speed down or up a bit as we are descending nice and quickly. We're going to go ahead and set auto brakes. We did change the runway here, so I actually want to brake harder now, and I'll show you guys why I want to brake harder. Because I don't want to waste my time taxiing. No one likes to taxi too long. So what we are going to do here is we're landing on runway 34 left. This one. So look, all the aprons and cargo is here. Why would I want to brake nice and soft and then go all the way down to the end of the runway? No one wants to do that. We want to exit somewhere right here. So we're going to give it some, maybe not max auto brake, but you know, a nice little 3 here on that braking. So can we set flaps 10? Yes, we can. We can even set flaps 20 already. So we're going to go ahead and set flaps down to 20 and monitor the ILS here. We are coming in on that 9.9 DME waypoint. I'm going to go ahead and set this to approach hold. I think the course sets itself automatically, guys. See it here, it says course 339er, and I think that sets automatically, so you don't have to do it. Honestly, the ILS in the 747 is as simple as going and setting it up in your FMC, and the plane does the rest of the work for you. You don't have to worry about it. So descending to 2500 now. So yeah, as I said, we want to brake harder here, landing on 3-4 left. If you don't mind taxiing, then you could set your auto brake to 1 and just brake nice and slowly. You'll just have a longer taxi afterwards. Alright, so we are at 2500 feet above the ground. I won't set my I actually don't like this approach hold on the 7.4. I'd rather see my waypoints like that. Yeah, cool. So we're gonna hold at this altitude now, I think, for a little bit, and let's start slowing the plane down. So we are turning towards our final approach course. One of them is flying in Rome. Who's that? More, something more, Digmore, DG more. Anyway, it's one of you guys flying. It's another flight simmer. So we have intercepted the localizer there. The localizer turned green, and we are on a runway heading. Gonna set flaps to 25 now, and put the gear down. Yes. I'm sorry. Landing gear is set here. I want to record the landing, so let's press record and record. And we are recording our landing. And yeah, so this guy yells at you if your landing gear isn't down and you have flaps set to 30. Glide slope is coming down. Perfect. So we should be intercepting the glide slope at, we saw it was DME 6.7 here. So when this hits 6.7, we should be right in the middle of the glide slope. There we go. Look at that. Right on cue. Now on the glide slope here, and our final approach speed reference is right down here, flaps 30 and 152. So we're still a bit fast. Gonna slow down to about 160 here. I don't have runway in sight yet.
2209er, heavy wind 046 at 6. Cleared to land runway tree 4L.
Alright, clear to land runway 34L. We'll acknowledge it.
Runway tree 4L, Italy 220.
Alright, and we're gonna set flaps to 30 here. Rejected is on. We do have our speed brakes armed. Right. Speed brake. Actually, I'm not sure how to set them to, up, arm, speed brake. Huh. I'm not sure if they're armed. Oh yeah, there you go. Speed brake armed, auto brake 3. Runway is now in sight. I can see the runway. What was the... Sorry, guys. What's our missed approach? 3,000 feet on the missed approach. I'm just briefing the missed approach in my head here. So we're going to slow down to 152 now, which was our final approach speed. Coming in on the arrival, runway's in sight. Feet on the pedals. And we are letting the plane bring itself in on the ILS approach into Rome. I'm going to get ready to fly myself. I will turn auto throttle off, and my binding isn't working, so I'll do it manually. Auto throttle is off. I'm now controlling the speed and trying to maintain about 152 here on the landing speed. We're a little bit fast, that's fine. You want to be looking up a little higher here like this. And trying to slow down here, 300 feet. Autopilot's off. A little bit of a rough landing there. Unfortunately, I didn't flare hard enough. I got my training at Delta with They don't flare enough, as we know. And reversing here. Braking is pretty quick. Shoot. Honestly, guys, it's my biggest pet peeve is not making a nice landing. I hate it. I hate it. Alright. Turning my reversers off. Gonna tap the brakes and braking manually. Turning reverse thrust off here. And actually, this is a runway. Fuck it. We're gonna use the runway as our taxiway. It's not in use right now.
Italy 2209er, heavy contact ground on 125.
Alright, told us to contact ground. We're going to go ahead and get off this runway. So let's contact ground here. Knowledge handoff.
122, 125 for Italy 2209er heavy.
Alright, thanks for watching, guys. ILS landing. Sorry that it wasn't better. I wanted to make a nice landing for you guys. But it was a little bit hard. I did record the landing, so we'll be able to watch it back, see what I did wrong. I just didn't flare enough, really. And we'll request taxi to parking here.
Ground Italy 2209er heavy taxi to parking.
Italy 2209er heavy taxi to general aviation parking via taxiway Alpha Mike Zulu.
Alright, so general aviation parking via Alpha Mike and Zulu. Let's acknowledge it. And look at our taxi charts here.
To general aviation parking via taxiway Bravo Golf Bravo Alpha Mike Zulu.
What?
Italy 2209er heavy.
Okay, so we read back. He said Alpha Mike Zulu. Okay. Weird. So we are currently at, I think, taxiway Alpha here. They said via Alpha, Mike, and Zulu. So Alpha, Mike is right here. Mike, where's Zulu? Where the heck is Zulu, guys? Yankee, oh, there's Zulu. Okay, so it's just Alpha, Mike, Zulu. Okay, I get it. I get it. So I think we're on taxiway Alpha right now. Let's go, and I could just turn on my taxi ribbon, of course, but I don't like it. I like doing it this way. Okay, so we're on that other runway. I gotta compare my position to the chart position. So we're here. So Alpha, I gotta make a right turn here to go to Mike and Zulu. Okay, let's do it. So we're gonna make a right turn here and go to taxiway Alpha. Gotta look at my taxiways. Gosh, I think I need glasses. What does that say? I don't know what that says. Alright, I'm gonna make a right turn here. I'm pretty sure we have to make this right turn. And let's get taxi into our gate. Thanks for watching, guys. ILS approach into Rome. I'm actually gonna turn off my recording now because I don't want to be recording all this taxiing. So we can stop recording. Cool. And we'll watch that back after as I'm taxiing into the grass. Cool. Alright. Taxiway Alpha Mike Zulu to our gate here. Alright. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we do have to make a left here. Yeah, so this is taxiway Alpha. Cool. There's DG Moore 124. We saw him as we were landing. What is he flying? A helicopter? Just floating up there. So now we are on taxiway Alpha, and he said Alpha, Mike, and Zulu. So we're just gonna go ahead and taxi until we see taxiway Zulu, which should be a bit further. Again, I'm always cross-comparing with the chart. It would be cool if I could have both of these open at the same time. So Zulu is over here. So I should actually be making a left turn like now. I'll make it at the next one. Fuck it. Yeah, so I think it's one of these think that might be our our parking there. Honestly, the only way they said just taxi general aviation parking, so they didn't actually give us you know, the parking. So when I get to this point, I turn on my taxi ribbon here, and yeah, now we can see our, yeah, so it was that one that I saw earlier. Usually you can tell because there's a pushback tug that spawns. So now we know that it's that one. We're parking beside a nice A380. And let's get parking. We are an hour into this video. If you're still watching, comment the word, I know no one's going to be watching now because we're already done the ILS approach, but if you are watching at this point, comment taxiway Zulu. If you comment taxiway Zulu, then I know you've been watching up to this point, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Hope you guys have enjoyed landing in Rome. A nice ILS landing. Well, a nice is a big word. It was a mediocre ILS landing, but an ILS landing nonetheless. Let's park here at General Aviation Parking in a Boeing 747 cargo. We have brought the cargo up to Rome, and parking brake is on. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll be back with another one soon.